Welcome to Frost Canal Stadium in Tiffin, Ohio, as the 2-1 Tornadoes play host to the 3-0 Bishop Watterson Eagles in our matchup of the week here at Heart of Ohio Sports on the Extreme. All right, so we're coming to you right at the game time action here. It's a beautiful 76 degrees, and as you can see, the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes get the ball first here, and we'll have our first chance to take a look at the offense so far tonight.
Yeah, so this is going to be the rubber match between these two teams, Dom. 2 years ago, Columbian had some heroics there at the end. We came out on top, I believe 40-37, the final score of that one. Last year, though, it was all Bishop Watterson, and that came, Dominic, on the heels of their defense.
Absolutely, their defense just dominated Columbian from start to finish, and what we've got here is we've got a chance for a third try. All right, you get to redo this a little bit, and we get a chance to see if on senior night the Columbian Tornadoes, if they can do something about it. All right, here we go. We've got Bunnell right up the middle here. A short gain for the Tornadoes, and we're off and running. Senior night from Tiffin, Ohio.
Yeah, Bunnell is going to be one of these two players to watch in the backfield. Seitz is the other one. We saw him a fair share last week in a great running game against Shaw.
They racked up quite a few yards there, and we were kind of excited to see the offense come alive. Shawberry slings it, incomplete. The intended receiver, Leo Damtopoulos.
That ball just sailed on Diantopoulos. Not a great throw to the flat from a Shawberry that was much improved last week than the first two games of the season.
Very efficient last week. He was, 7 of 8, and they were able to score great. But what about the 50-50 Shawberry from the first 2 weeks? Going deep, incomplete again, and it's going to be fourth down for the Tornadoes.
The route was there. That was Russell, the intended target, but again, just a little too short on the throw out to the numbers.
First drive is going to be a short one for Tiffin, as it's 4th and 9 from the 23-yard line here, and it took about 50 seconds off the clock or so, and they're going to be kicking it off here. It looks like it's Cal Mangini who is back deep for the Eagles. Short punt right around midfield here, and that's where it's going to hit, and it's going to roll right around that 43 into the 42-yard line, and the Eagles are going to get great field position here. Start things off in the first quarter, Zach.
That they are. Belisari, the quarterback today for Bishop Watterson. He has been lethal this year. Other players to watch, they have kind of a three-headed monster in the backfield between Ulenake, Weber, and McCoy there.
All right, here we go. Belisari from the backfield hands it off. Short to no gain. Looks like McCoy gets the first carry. 2nd and long for the Eagles. Of course, Bishop Watterson had one heck of a season last year. Not only, as you mentioned, they took care of things against Tiffin, Ohio, but they also had the chance to go all the way to state, coming in second place position. So very tough team, and they are number 2 in Division III football. So excellent season to follow things up from last year. McCoy again off the left side, taken down right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for Bishop Watterson.
Yeah, they're ranked number 2 behind who else but Chardon, who got the better of Columbian earlier in the year and conveniently has a bye week this week before they square off with Bishop Watterson.
Almost like they planned that, Zach. I mean, I would be planning it if you're going to have the number 1 team versus the number 2 team next week. That's pretty convenient right there. All right, 3rd and 9 from the 44. As Belisari looking to pass, steps up into the pocket, slings it. Incomplete as the Tiffin defense comes up big, and it's number 13, Blake Miller, able to knock the ball away.
Miller, just a sophomore at 5'11", but great coverage there. He was able to read his receiver. Good job in zone and able to get the pass breakup.
That's the kind of defensive statement you want right out of the gate here, and we're going to have number 15, Deshaun Russell, who had a nice little game last week where he was able to score a touchdown. See what he can do here on special teams. Nice high punt. Russell, fair catch right around the 11-yard line, and that's where the Tiffin offense is going to come back out onto the field.
Yeah, Deshaun Russell had no choice there. Catch, and off we go.
So we saw an uneven beginning to the night here for Shawberry. The curiosity here up in the booth was, is he going to be the nice, steady senior quarterback we saw last week against Shaw, or is he going to revert back to some of those 50-50 tendencies? And at least so far, he has not been able to get into rhythm. So 1st and 10 from the 11, and let's see if he can start to turn it up a little bit here for the Tornadoes. Pass it. It's going to hand it off, and it's going to be a short gain for the Tornadoes.
Coach Judd Lutz using motion early here, trying to figure out the coverage.
Looks like it was Brady Bunnell who got the carry there for the Tornadoes. So 2nd and 7 from the 14-yard line. Looking to pass. Get it out there to Brandeberry, and he's got some space. 30. Knocked out of bounds. 1st down for the Tornadoes.
Great bubble screen out to the right side. Put your athletes in space. I say it every week. I sound like a broken record, but when you do it right, Dom, it works.
If you can get the yards, if you can get the 1st down, nothing else matters here. That's exactly what happens. Get your quarterback into that rhythm. That's exactly what you need there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line for the Tornadoes offense here. Got a little momentum. See if they can continue moving those chains against a very difficult Bishop Watterson defense. Shawberry looking to pass, flushed out to his right. He's going to take it, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Solid gain on a 1st down scamper.
I don't hate that at all. Looked down the field, there was nothing there. He got out early and made his way to the sideline for a solid gain.
It's exactly what you're looking for. You don't want negative plays here, and that's a positive there. You pick up almost 6. So 2nd and 5 or so from the 40-yard line. And it's going to be number 3, Dylan Brandenberry, who takes it off to the left side. He should have a 1st down, and Tiffin moves those chains again.
I love that play call. This is something we have not seen from Columbian, that heavy use of motion across the formation. The handoff there to the slot receiver resulted in a nice grab. And
Brandeberry did not get a lot of touches last week. It was mainly divvied up between Seitz, Bunnell, and Shawberry there. So it's nice to see Brandeberry get involved in the game plan. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Bunnell off to the right side. He's going to be taken down after a short gain.
Feels like the Eagles right now playing on their heels. Columbian very much in the driver's seat. They're running the ball for chunk plays in a row. This is effective football.
2nd and 8 from the 48. 8 minutes here in the 1st quarter from Frost Cownell Stadium in Tiffin, Ohio. 0-0. But the Tornadoes are driving. Fake it to Seitz, going deep. He's got a man. Oh, just missed Brandeberry, who had a step on the defender.
Man, if that ball is a little bit lower, that's 6. Take a look here on replay. Brandeberry just finds the seam right between the safeties. Great route. The throw just misses.
Brandeberry, a sophomore, had a step on the defender and nearly able to do something big, but Shawberry unable to connect. That leaves us with 3rd and 8 for the Tornadoes. Gonna fake it, roll to his right, step up, throw, in goes right through the hands of Deshaun Russell, incomplete, 4th down for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, that ball a little high, a little hard, but if it hits you in the hands like that, you got to bring it down, Deshaun Russell. So back-to-back plays. Oh, what could have been, Dom? I mean, that was a touchdown that was just overthrown. And I mean, just overthrown. Right there, you have another 1st down completion.
I think one of the biggest differences, Zach, is the second drive. Not Brandeberry, but Shawberry. He was actually hitting his receivers. They just got to bring it in, and you've got something. So 4th and 8 from the 48, and they're forced to kick it away as the ball is tipped at the line and going to land around the 25. Nice little bounce inside the 20. And Bishop Watterson's going to pick it up right around that 16-yard line. We'll get another look at this deadly Eagles offense. I want to make sure that we thank some of our sponsors. Our pregame sponsor, Excurre Mexican Restaurant, making sure that we stay connected with everything all season long. And we've got so many other sponsors: Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, National Machinery, First Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance, Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant, Forte Music. First snap of this drive. He's got some space. He's going to bust it loose. Zach Weber, he could go all the way as he gets by a defender. He's still moving. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Weber.
What a run. It was
Holy cow.
It was a counter right up the gut, and he was untouched. He has breakaway speed. We saw it last year on both the offense and the defense, and by all accounts, he is much improved from the kind of lethal weapon he already was last year. We saw Weber, man, he just broke away from everybody.
Yeah, Zach Weber, the senior tailback, just broke off an 84-yard touchdown run to give the Eagles their first score of the night. What a quick change of momentum, as we thought the Tornadoes were doing some good. They give it back. PAT is up 7-0. Tornadoes were doing some good there. They have to give it back, and then that's what happens when they let this offense out on the field.
Yeah, that was the perfectly executed counter. Pulling the guard, pulling that back tackle, and they both found their man, the kick out, and then the pull through.
I want to make sure we thank a few of our extra sponsors here at Heart of Ohio Sports: Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., the Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little Hugo's, DAH Wraps, Pioneer Seed, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Klaus Electric, and Drawn to the Surface. Thank you very much for sponsoring Heart of Ohio Sports here in Tiffin, Ohio.
It's important for Columbia and Dom here to answer back. We saw the just missed opportunities on the last drive. If you can hammer those down and you can find those connections, you can stay in the game.
The big one that stands out for me is Deshaun Russell. Slips through his fingertips, would have allowed the offense to continue driving. As it turns out, they punted it away, and then you just saw there, 84 yards later, Jack Weber makes them pay.
One-play wonder.
Yeah, here we go. Russell on the return up to the 25, and we'll have another chance to see if this Tornadoes offense can do something.
Take a second to apologize for any technical difficulties we've had here getting in the stream. It's always something, you know?
Seven to 0, Bishop Watterson over Columbian. First quarter of play from Frost Counthouse Stadium. Tornadoes get a third try here, 1st and 10 from the 25. Shawberry taking it right up the middle. He's got a little space, but he's going to be hit hard by several defenders and drugged down after a gain of 2 to 3 yards.
And I don't know if that was a design quarterback run or he gave up on that one early. I thought he had number 22, Demontopoulos, out in the flat.
2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line. Shawberry hands it off. And it's number 2, Mason Seitz, who meets a wall of Eagles defenders. Lost some yardage on that play.
Ulenake coming downhill hard. Results, I think, in a loss of...
It does look like a loss of 2 yards, perhaps 3rd and 8 for Columbian from their own 27-yard line. So this is going to be a big conversion here, Zach, as they were unable to make the conversion last drive. Let's see if they can do it this time. Shawberry slinging it. He's got a man, back shoulder. Did he catch it? Is it in? Eagles are saying no. Official has not signaled. It may be incomplete. It's incomplete. Yeah, they're saying no catch there.
My goodness, the back shoulder was there. That was a perfect throw from Shawberry.
I believe it was number 19, Isaac Wessner, the intended receiver, just not able to bring it in, and it's going to be 4th down and time to punt for the Tornadoes.
Tiffin Columbian in their 3rd series with
Another close call.
You're right. I mean, that was perfectly placed on the sideline down around the 40-yard line, but unable to reel it in.
Kind of a, I don't know if that was tipped or not, but short punt rolls across midfield, and that's where they're going to down it. And this Eagles offense is going to come back out. And the only thing they did last time was run the ball 84 yards for a touchdown. That's it. That's all. It was just one play, but it was a big one. 5:41, first quarter. Bishop Watterson with the lead and another chance to add on as they take the ball near midfield. 1st and 10 from their own 48. Belisari tosses it out to his scat back. Cal Mangini takes it out across midfield. 2nd down.
Good form tackle there by Miller out in space. That running back swing out to the right side results in a positive gain.
1st and 6 from the 48. This time they're across midfield. 5:34 here in the first quarter. Belisari hands it off to Ben Ulenank, and he falls forward for a short gain, and that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Eagles.
So that was the same play call from that 80-yard run, just the opposite direction. Covered much better by the Tornadoes. By the Tornadoes.
There we go. Glenn Powell will be proud. 3rd and 4. Let's see what they come up with. And I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to the ground. Belisari looking to pass. Right in the middle. He gets his tight end. And he's got the big fella there, number 85, Dominic Theato. 1st down, Eagles.
Your captain, big boy right over the middle, 6'5".
Big guy.
Theato.
He looked big catching it, too. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 36-yard line as they're stringing together a few good plays here to get things going, and it's going to be Belisari. Fakes it, then tosses it out to number 8, Ulenank, who's going to be knocked out of bounds. He should have enough for a 1st down. Pretty close.
That was a quarterback read option RPO.
I think they're going to say he's just short. So 2nd and short for the Eagles offense.
It was creative play calling. He threw that right at the line of scrimmage. Remember, it's where your back foot is at the time of throwing.
2nd and 1 from the 27. Belisari hands it off to number 24, Weber. Around the right side, 1st down and more for Zach Weber.
And he's so difficult to bring down. He keeps his momentum with him. He has a low center of gravity. The legs keep churning. That's how you're able to bounce off of tackles. He kind of takes that momentum and spins around.
5'11" senior for Bishop Watterson, 210 pounds, and that's a lot to take down. As you mentioned, with that low center of gravity, keeps his shoulders squared and low. And that's a hard hit for the Tornado defense. 1st and 10. Weber, touchdown. Zach Weber with his second score of the night. And the Eagles are coming out fast and furious, 13-0 over the hometown Tiffin Tornadoes.
You'd think it's a UFC match with all the ground game we've seen tonight, Dominic. I mean, look at this run right up the gut, offensive line, pushing people off of spots, and Weber does not look back.
And Weber over 100 yards already here in the first quarter. PAT is no good, so it's going to remain 13-0. Bishop Watterson with a commanding 2-score lead over Columbian Tornadoes. Senior night, Zach, and the stands are very quiet so far tonight.
Yeah, they are. This is a big day. Typically at the end of the year, senior night, it's traditionally the last home game. And I think that's when it means a lot more. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Going back to my senior year of high school, I mean, I remember how much that meant to me at the time. When it's this early in the year, though.
And this isn't the only school that does that. There's been a lot of area schools that have had it. We covered the Seneca East football game. They had senior night on their opening night of the season. So this is something that's starting to spring up a little bit more in our area. But you know that Bishop Watterson's using that as leverage and using that as motivation to come out here and play some tough football.
The only thing better than winning a game is being able to play spoiler for somebody else. And if you can do both at the same time, like Watterson's trying to do here, I mean, it makes it all that much sweeter.
Bremeyer drops it around the goal line and now has it out. He'll be drugged down around the 20-yard line. That's where the Tornadoes offense will come back out. And they had some positive plays last drive and were able to string together a few first downs. But, again, it resulted in them punting it away and giving it back to the Eagles.
Yeah, Watterson goes 6 plays, minute 32, 52 yards on the drive, punctuated by Weber, 10-yard touchdown run.
What I'm more excited about, that sun going down behind these trees so I can see the field.
Beautiful day here in Tiffin, Ohio. We've got about 76 degrees, a light breeze. As you can see the flag on the goalposts kind of going from the right to the left of the screen if you're watching. And right now the Tornadoes need everything that they can get.
We're seeing more motion here, and that gets there are two advantages of that, Dom, right? First, you get to see the defense's coverage. If the man moves with your motion man, that tells you it's probably man coverage, right? So it's guy on guy. Or if they're standing still, it might be a zone. But it also allows you to get your athletes out towards the numbers, try to make one-on-one plays. See, we're seeing it again here.
Tiffin's got that bunched formation on the right side. They're going to give it to Bunnell. First down and more for number 6, Brady Bunnell, as he's knocked out of bounds right around the 40-plus yard line there. That should be first down Tornadoes. 42 looks like where the officials spotting it. But is that coming back because there's a flag down on the field?
Yeah, let's take a look here on replay. I mean, they use the motion to get all the defenders out of the box. They run it back underneath the left, and there you see the hold.
And that takes away a huge gain for this Tornado offense.
Nevin Newman, the guilty party.
Yeah, we saw a lot of penalties last week here against Shaw. Now, Shaw had their own, but the Tornadoes did their fair share of laundry as well. So this one hurts because it takes away a 23-yard gain. 2nd and 18 from the 12. Shawberry rolling to his right. He's going to tuck it and run up to the 20. Hit. Falls forward around the 25-yard line. Solid gain there for Shawberry. That should bring up 3rd and 5 or so.
Really, really solid coverage.
Yeah, and after that hit, Seth Shawberry used
by the Eagles. I think that was the best choice to tuck it and run. He was able to get a nice gain.
I think they called another penalty on Tiffin, and it's going to go back again. So it's the 2nd consecutive long gain that the Tornadoes have picked up. 2nd consecutive flag that's pushed them backwards. First, it was Bunnell, had a 23-yard scamper negated. This time it's Shawberry with a huge gain, negated again. 2nd and 18. Well, the scoreboard says 2nd and 18 from 12, but they're actually inside the 10-yard line. Shawberry, quick hitch to Bremeyer, who's going to be hit around the 15-yard line. Not even close to the first down marker, as it's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Tornadoes.
You throw that curl out on the left side, one-on-one coverage. He does a nice job making the first man miss, not able to pick up that much more after.
I have to admit, Shawberry, he has done a good job of hitting his receivers on those quick passes. Those quick rhythm shots, that's really something that's been working for him. So let's see what they can do as they've got 3 on the right side. Going deep to Bremeyer. Incomplete as he overthrows it. Bremeyer holding his hands out, expecting a flag. No flag from our viewpoint. That'll bring up 4th down for the Tornadoes.
We're up here in the box with the coaches, and I think everybody collectively behind us, just hands on head, looking for a flag. That ball way overthrown because the receiver did get tangled up on the outside, but not enough to draw a penalty.
So it'll be 4th and 13 from the 17-yard line. Tornadoes forced to kick it back to the Eagles, and you're going to have number 19, Cal Mangini, deep for the Eagles' punt return. And it looks like there was a flag on the field. It's going to push Tiffin back just a little bit more, so it's technically 4th and 24. And they're going to be forced to punt any way you look at it here. Mangini's going to pick it up at the 35. He's going to be hit a couple times and drugged to the ground. Really no gain there. And the Eagles are going to have a short field to work with. And this offense has already scored 2 touchdowns.
Taking a look. The flag came on the back end of that play.
That's a 3rd penalty here in the first quarter for the Tornadoes. It's 13-0 Bishop Watterson over Tiffin, and we've still got 1:16 left in the first quarter of play. Eagles get the ball. It's going to be number 12, McCoy. He's going to take it off to the right side. A nice gain on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short for Bishop Watterson. Zach, they have so many different weapons over there. They are 3 deep at running back, and then they've got a couple other players they just start sprinkling in, and it really, really gets you off your game if you're the Tiffin defense.
They do. They also have a really athletic offensive line. I mean, last week versus Shaw, and now this week versus Bishop Watterson. I mean, there's a stark contrast for this Columbian defense.
Belisari going deep, has a man, and just misses. The intended receiver hit his hands, dropped it, and it looked like it was number 2, Liam Meske, the intended receiver, and they had it.
I mean, that is a skill that it takes a long time to refine. It's that Willie Mays ball. The ball coming back over your head, you're looking backwards and up. You have a split second to try and locate that when it's in range, Dom.
We haven't seen a lot of deep shots yet tonight for the Eagles. Of course, they haven't needed it, but that was a perfectly drawn-up play, just not able to connect. 3rd and 5 from the 29. See what they can do here. It looks like they're going to call a timeout and think about it. While they've got a timeout, I'd like to thank First National Bank of Sycamore, our timeout sponsor here, but I'd also like to go through and thank so many of our sponsors here at Heart of Ohio Sports: Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink, the Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little Hugo's, DAH Wraps, Pioneer Seed, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Klaus Electric, and Drawn to the Surface. Thank you very much for supporting Heart of Ohio Sports here in Tiffin, Ohio. All right, 3rd and 5 from the 29. Belisari from the shotgun swings it out to Zach Weber, and Weber's got the first down and a little bit more as the Eagles continue to move the chains. Oof, that Zach Weber's just been a nightmare.
He has been. They dialed up the pressure. Brought number 9, Mitch Steffi, off the edge. Man coverage, and Weber was able to make the first man, Diantopoulos, miss.
1st and 10 from the 22, and we're going to have the first quarter run out here from Tiffin. So end of the first quarter, it's 13-0. Bishop Watterson with a huge lead over Columbian, and they are threatening to add to that lead.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports on the Extreme, and it is the second quarter of play from Frost Cownow Stadium. 13-0, Bishop Watterson over the Columbian Tornadoes, and just right there, you saw a repeat of what we've been seeing all first quarter. Jack Weber getting the ball.
He's been really good on the ground.
Dynamite analysis there.
He has been. I mean, he has been really good. He's got good vision. He's a hard runner.
Belisari looking to pass here, going into the end zone. Got his man. Touchdown, Eagles, as Tommy Haley gets his first score on the night.
That was a great ball thrown across the middle.
Yeah, that was wide open.
Once again, right underneath the safety. In for 6. Great ball.
And it was a clean throw. Belisari just stepped in, tossed it, and nobody was there to catch Haley as he got his first score of the night. It is now 19-0. PAT is up. It is good. That is 20-0. The Eagles have scored again. This is very reminiscent of last year, Zach, as the Eagles got off to a 3-score lead and didn't get any closer through the rest of the game.
That was 30-7 going into halftime or something like that, right?
Yeah, and I think Eagles were able, or the Tornadoes were able to tack on one more score before we called it a game, but it was lopsided.
And I think early on the mood is kind of the same here in this one. I mean, we thought, all right, this is the defense for the Eagles have been really, really solid, but Columbian's kind of doing it to themselves right now. There's some mistakes, some mental errors. If they get those cleaned up, I mean, I think athletically these two teams can compete.
Yeah, it could be closer. And you talk about those mistakes, a few missed catches, a couple of penalties that negated several large runs. Those are the type of things you can't do when you play such a talented football team. 1st and 10. Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 for somebody somewhere. Here we go. Looks like it's Miller up the middle to the 25 or so. And that should be where we see the Tornadoes come back out onto the field, and they've got to start stringing together some first downs, play disciplined football, and get some points up there on the board. Just remember the Tornadoes, they got the ball first, so we're actually going to see Bishop Watterson get the ball in the second half, so it's very important with 11 minutes left here in the first half of play to get a couple positive drives in play here before you get things going. It's going to be number 6, Brady Bennell with the carry. Short gain, flag on the field. There's a little pushing and shoving there after the whistle was blown.
An eagle on the ground, and we'll see what the call is here.
Linnell had 3 yards on the run before the extracurriculars.
Dead ball on the Tornadoes. That's their 4th. Looks like Bishop Watterson also getting the flag. Is offsetting.
Saw right there at the bottom of your screen.
So the offsetting personal fouls after the play, so they won't factor in. So 2nd and 7 after Bennell gets a 3-yard run, and the Tornadoes hope to keep things moving. Fake, Shawberry going deep. He's got Bremeyer. Bremeyer intercepted. It's intercepted by Nate Henderson. He's across midfield, still running. 40, slips and falls right around the 36-yard line. And number 7, Nate Henderson, the sophomore defensive back, picking off Shawberry.
Let's take a look here on the replay. Henderson able to go up and high point the ball. Great coverage. He undercuts that route. Bremeyer tried to turn into the defensive back and knock that ball away, but there was nothing he could do.
First turnover of the night goes to the Eagles as they not only pick off the Tornadoes, they take it across midfield, and now they're here with only 37 yards standing between them and a 4-score lead. It's going to be Ulenank up the middle for a nice gain on first down.
Well, join National Machinery on Sunday, September 22nd from 1:30 to 4 p.m. for their 150th anniversary open house. Explore their state-of-the-art facility with exclusive tours, enjoy family fun with lawn games, inflatables, a magician, and ice cream. T-Town DJ will be providing the music, so it's an event you don't want to miss. It's open to the public and a perfect way to celebrate the legacy and future of National Machinery.
Ulenank short takes the handoff there for a short gain. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Eagles here. 9:50 left in the first half of play from Frost Cownell Stadium. Make sure you stay tuned here at Heart of Ohio Sports for our halftime show. Halftime show brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. It'll be featuring the Marching 120, the Tornado Marching Band. Our halftime marching band performance is brought to you by Forte Music. 3rd and 4 from the 32-yard line after a huge interception and return by Henderson. giving the Eagles great position. Belisari, it's tipped at the line, but oh my goodness. Wow. Dominic Theato, the senior tight end. We've seen him before. He just wrestles it away from the Columbian defender and gets the first down.
Well, the height difference is the mismatch here. 6'5" is Theato, just 5'11". And he showed it.
No
He bullied
contest.
The little guy.
215 pounds of muscle bullied him.
Blake Miller, he's played well this game, but man.
What do you say to that? I mean, he was in good position. It's just he got outplayed. And it's going to be another touchdown, the Eagles. Yep. Just like that, it's going to be number 11, Carter Belisari. Touchdown, Eagles.
Deshaun Russell, we'll see here on the replay. Real soft coverage on the outside. And again, he never gets his head around until it's way, way too late. Another easy touchdown here for the Eagles.
And that gives them a 4-score lead as things are quickly beginning to slip away from the Tornadoes on senior night.
Quoting Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, of course. First. Yeah, there's not much I can say right now, Zach. I'm speechless. PAT's up and good, so it's going to be 27-0. Bishop Watterson over Columbian.
Watterson coming in here proving why they are one of the best teams in Division III football.
And, of course, they've got a huge matchup next week against Chardon. Number 1 and 2 team in the state. You think they're channeling things for next year or next week?
Absolutely.
I mean, they got it going right now.
They are watching or will be watching film this week. You know, this is the big one coming into the year. This was highlighted 2 and 3 times over on the calendar, Dom.
Yeah, no question. Well, Columbian Tornadoes next week, they've got Huron, so we'll travel up towards Sandusky, and we'll have a chance to see them play there. That should be fun. Muffed kickoff, and Tornadoes are forced to jump on it at the 25-yard line as Bremeyer unable to haul it in. Lucky to get the ball and not have another turnover.
Eyes off the ball for just a glance, trying to find blocks and read defenders, and just lost track of it.
Tiffin Columbian High School, Bishop Watterson over 27-0 lead over the Eagles Tornadoes. Kickoff was kicked and botched a little bit there, but Tiffin Columbian recovers. Had the ball.
All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line for Tiffin. And I know we said it before, but they really need to get some first downs. Short gain for Columbian. That'll bring up 2nd and long.
Well, that was another surge by Watterson within 2 minutes. I had them 37 yards in 4 plays. And I go Belisari, 10 yards. Touchdown rush.
Now, this Watterson team thus far this year has only given up 1 touchdown. They've given up 6 points on the entire season. And it just seems like a very methodical one.
2nd and 9 from the 25 for the Tornadoes here. Shawberry's going to hand it off, and it's going to be Bonnell going nowhere. Loss on the, or it's actually Seitz who got the ball there, and I'm not sure that he gained anything. That'll be 3rd and long for the Tornadoes.
Tornadoes still trying to establish the run, but
C.J. Ewell on the stop.
Yeah, last week Seitz and Bonnell had a great game rushing the football. Tonight's a little bit different. 3rd and 9 from the 25. Shawberry going deep and incomplete. Intended receiver there was Isaac Wessner.
Yeah, Zach just doesn't have the touch right now on those deep balls. He's a little heavy.
Again,
now we've seen a couple times tonight.
Yeah, I thought he really started to get into a rhythm when they had those quick passes. I haven't seen a lot of those lately, though. Maybe that's the result of being down 27-0. Of course, there isn't a play out there that can get you a 27-point touchdown. And the punt is blocked. And Eagles showing up on all three phases tonight.
CJ Ewell gets in there, puts his body on the line, and knocks the ball down. Does a great job attacking right at the point where the ball meets the kicker's foot. Seeing here on replay. And right up the middle.
Boom.
That personal protector on the left side of the formation really just didn't touch him.
Blown coverage there on the punt team results in the Eagles getting the ball after blocking it. They get the ball here on the 19-yard line. 1st and 10. Belisari throws it out to Joe Hayes, who's going to be taken down inside the 15-yard line. 2nd down for the Eagles.
That ball was a dart out to the flat. Lucas Hart, safety, trying to make the stop, but you got to come in a little bit more controlled. Make sure you can get your hands wrapped around him.
2nd and 6 from the 14-yard line. Eagles in great position to add to their lead tonight. And the Tornadoes defense really hasn't given much resistance. A few long plays have kind of broke their back, and it's going to be number 24, Jack Weber, with the carry off to the left side. And he's going to be hit a couple times and taken down right around the 1st down marker. He might just be short, so it should be 3rd and short here for the Eagles offense.
That one led up the middle. Blaze Strawbaugh on the offensive line, number 55. Able to take his man all the way down. Pancakes for the big fella.
Great run, Jack Weber, as he just bounced off of a couple defenders and just kept churning forward toward that 1st down marker. So it's going to be 3rd and short from the 10-yard line here for Bishop Watterson. They were able to block a punt and get great field position, and they're taking advantage of it right now as number 12, Jack McCoy, takes it up the middle this time, inside the 5-yard line. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal. 5:40 left in the first half of play here from Tiffin. And it's been Bishop Watterson all night long.
Belisari just turned around, handed McCoy straight up the middle, and found some room. Down to about the 3.
All right, 1st and goal from the 3-yard line here. It looks like there may be a touch or a timeout on the field. Tiffin's going to take a quick timeout here. Let's check in with some of our sponsors.
Well, Dom, plan for your future with the Edward Jones offices of Tiffin. Their local advisors are dedicated to helping you reach your financial goals with personalized strategies and trusted advice. Whether you're saving for retirement or investing for growth, Edward Jones is here to guide you every step of the way.
Make sure you guys stay tuned right here for our halftime show, brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. We'd also like to make sure that you have a chance to see the Marching 120, the Tiffin's marching band. The halftime marching band performance is brought to you by Forte Music. Of course, you can only see that here. Heart of Ohio Sports, heartofohiosports.com, and the Extreme. All right, it is 27-0. Bishop Watterson with a huge lead, and they're looking to add on to it, as it's going to be McCoy right up the middle, and they're getting awfully close to that goal line, as it'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Eagles.
Might have our second game in a row, Dom, with a running clock to start the second half.
Yeah. This time on the slightly more difficult end of that one. Second down here, and they're going to run it all the way. It looks like it might be Uhlenhank. Touchdown, Eagles. Ben Uhlenhank, the sophomore tailback, punches it in. And there you have it, 33-0. Bishop Watterson dominating here in the first half of play.
Well, head coach Brian Kennedy spreading love on the ground game. Uhlenhank in for his first score.
PAT is up, and it is good. That means it's 34-0 with 4:37 left in the first half of play. The Eagles are in charge here in Tiffin, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency, providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Sam Schelt Palm, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here at heartofohiosports.com on the Xstream. And just moments ago, the Bishop Watterson Eagles punched in another score, and that gives them a 34-0 lead in tonight's contest. Meanwhile, the Tornadoes, they return the ball, and they're going to take over at the 25-yard line. And, Zach, they've got some real work to do if they want to accomplish anything in terms of scoring some points.
We all know you're not going to get it back all in one play, but you need to start chipping away. I want to see Columbian not be afraid to pass the ball over the middle if they have any hope of getting back into this one. Shawberry really needs to find that connection with his receivers.
Of course, here at Heart of Ohio Sports, I'm Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon, Jacob Ellis, and Connor Roush on tonight's broadcast. And it's going to be a quick hitch over to Bremeyer, who's going to be drugged down to the ground after a short gain. Second and 6. 29-yard line here for the Tornadoes, and they need some momentum. Flag on the field. Bremeyer going to be knocked down to the ground right where he started. They tried to do a bit of an end around there, Zach.
And that has been working.
Except on this one. Let's see who the flag is on. It looked like Bremeyer just kind of ran into his own man and fell down. Yeah, so the flag is on our side of the field at the bottom of the screen, and it's going to be against Tiffin. And that'll push them back just a little bit more. That's their fourth penalty of the night. Not the most efficient job for this Tornadoes offense. Those always seem to come at the worst possible time. So it's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Shawberry pump fakes. He scrambles around, tosses it away. And did they intercept it? No, they said it hit the ground. Zach Weber, he said he got it. I don't know if we can pull up that replay. That was a close one.
Man, you see that smile. Let's see if he was trying to sell it or not. I don't know. From here, I think it looked like it hit the ground.
They're going to say incomplete. And you can see Weber. He's still down there pleading his case with the official. He said, I got it. I had it. Maybe that's a mercy call. But 3rd and 9 from the 26.
Looking back again, I think that ball was on the ground.
Shawberry throws it to the sideline. Incomplete. And the receiver fell to the ground and visibly frustrated. Deshaun Russell unable to really get things going tonight.
It's been your two magnet men, Belisari and Weber, in coverage. They both did a good job. The receiver he got his head all the way back around in time. That ball high, good coverage. All around, good procedure there for the Eagles.
Punt's going to be low and fair catch right around midfield, and it's going to be Mangini again. So the Eagles are going to get great field position once again, and they've taken advantage of every single drive that they've had so far tonight. Want to make sure that we thank our sponsors here at Heart of Ohio Sports, Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Hope in Fostoria, National Machinery, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Forte Music, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. And you can see Mangini drops the ball there, incomplete. The Ohio Army National Guard, Redline Lawn Care, Little Hugo's, DAH Wraps, Pioneer Seed, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Klaus Electric, and Drawn to the Surface. Thank you very much for supporting Heart of Ohio Sports here on the Extreme.
Number 10, Xavier Matthewson, able to get in there on the screen and cause some havoc.
2nd and 10, Belisari looking to pass. He rolls to his right. He's got a little pressure, and he's going to run. He's going to be out of bounds around the 45-yard line, so that's about a gain of 5 as Belisari unable to find an open receiver, but he picked up positive yards nonetheless.
Luke Kirshner there in pursuit, almost had him behind the line, but good job high-stepping out of that one.
3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line for Bishop Watterson. 3:05 left in the first half of play as number 10, Ben Ulenank, picks it up and drives forward. Of course, Ulenank had the touchdown score on the last drive. Getting a little work here, the big fella.
Steffi and Bonnell able to get in early on that one. Now you're in an awkward position. The offense looking to stay on the field, but let's see. Up 34-0. How aggressive do you want to be? And it looks like the answer for Coach Kennedy is very.
4th and 3 from the 43. And the Eagles offense is staying on the field here. Belisari passes it. Completes it. No, it's knocked away. It should be incomplete. And yeah, incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Tiffin defense able to stop the Eagles. And that gives them the ball back with some decent field position.
Yeah, taking a look at the replay. Good timing here. Number 10. That's Matthewson again.
That was a great pass. And the defense just able to knock it away as they were dragging the receiver to the ground. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line here for the Tornadoes as they get the ball back, hoping to put some points up. Of course, the Eagles get it back. The Eagles will get the ball first in the second half, so they really need to take advantage of this opportunity and get this 2-minute offense moving. Short gain there for the Tornadoes. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 47-yard line. Clock continues to move, 1:48, 1:47 here. Left in the first half of play. Hand off to Seitz, and Seitz is hammered and drugged to the ground immediately. No gain.
Number 40, Ewell, has a great get-off. The last play, he absolutely stuck Demontopoulos, who was coming across as a tight end, trying to be the blocker. And here, able to get on the runner.
And Tiffin, they just taking their time getting these plays in. 1:14, 1:13 here left in the half. And I guess I just assumed they would try to hurry things up here a little bit, knowing that Bishop Watterson gets it in the second half. 3rd and long from the 45-yard line. Shawberry fakes it, rolls to his left, drops it off incomplete as Leo Demontopoulos, the intended receiver.
Yeah, it looked like he had Westerner coming across the middle of the formation, past the sticks, probably at the 42-yard line.
Absolutely, I think they got the look they wanted.
But again, that looked like Shawberry had one read and one read only, and that's where he went.
Unable to connect, 4th and 7, and they've got the punt team out on the field here with 50 seconds left in the half. Mangini on the return, 30 up around the 34-yard line. With 40 seconds left in the half, I would imagine they're just going to kneel it and milk that clock away.
Well, you only have to run one play if you're content taking it into half, 34-0. Though I would not be surprised if Bishop Watterson takes a shot or two.
Going to hand it off to Weber, and he's off. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Zach Weber. Another huge gain as he's got a 66-yard touchdown to go along with the other 2 touchdowns he had in the first quarter. And the Eagles are just pouring it on thick right now.
This one almost entirely on the offensive line. I mean, the running between the tackles tonight has been so effective for Bishop Watterson. They're able to move guys off of spots early, get to the second level, and when you have a running back like Weber, I mean, you don't need much more than that.
Wow. He's looked good tonight. There's no question. He had an 84-yard rushing touchdown to start the game. Followed that up immediately with a 10-yard touchdown. He's picked up a few yards in between, and then you add that 66-yard touchdown run, and he's a man who is getting close to the 200-yard marker in the first half. I might need to get a calculator out here because it's a lot of yards in 2 quarters of play. Hey, make sure you stay here for our halftime show, brought to you by Hope in Fostoria. Guaranteed not to disappoint in any way, shape, or form, as we've got Forte Music bringing you our halftime marching band performance, the amazing, the incredible Marching 120, the Tornado Marching Band. And, of course, my wife wants to make sure I give a little shout out to a particular clarinetist out there. So my daughter will be out there, and she's going to be doing everything she can to get those goofy goobers going. All right, kick is up, and Columbian's going to take it to the 25-yard line or so, and got 21 seconds left in the first half of play here. Well, so this is what the number 2 team in the state of Ohio looks like, huh?
Exactly. They have been executing flawlessly.
No question. Well, here we go. Brady Bunnell right up the middle. And that is going to get us close to the end of the half as we've got 10 seconds and it's rolling. All right, that should be the last play of the half here from Tiffin, Ohio, as the visiting Bishop Watterson Eagles have dominated from start to finish here, 41-0, as they lead the Columbian Tornadoes. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here on the Xtreme. We'll be back.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope in Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeinfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, but you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Hosted by Katie Dillard and Mrs. Casey Connie as our major eds coach. We begin this evening with the drill to the American rock band Earth, Wind and Fire, a #1 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 R&B songs. It's said to be the best of Earth, Wind and Fire. Kingdom, it's this month's namesake, September. Our next section finds the women of our dance flag and majorette squad front and center as they do their thing to a 1976 single by Parliament. It was a number 5 on the Hot Soul singles, but our women add their funk to Parliament's Tear the Roof Off This Sucker. Everyone knows that our Marching 120 loves to boogie down and dance. It's part of being a fun band. And so, for our final selection comes from the Dutch combination of Blaster Jacks and Timmy Trumpet. It was a single in 2017 that has been used by DreamWorks in The Last Wish. It's even used by the New York Mets. We're going to use it tonight as our closure. Here comes our dancing band and our drum line in Narco.
my Berea. Don't you know I've thought about you all day? Yeah, I've been longing for some beef and some consomme, sweet Berea. This is surely going to my thighs. Well, I'm a hungry eater and you surely caught my eyes. My Berea, I love you so. Oh, my Berea, Berea, I love you so. I love you. How's it going, sports fans? It's game day, and the food is hot here at Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Before you settle in to watch the game, whether you're by yourself trying to figure out what you want for dinner, trying to figure out how to feed a bunch of people, why not consider some delicious grub from Cadet Mexican Restaurant? Today, we're highlighting the birria ramen. That's right, I'll say it again, birria ramen. Oh my goodness, I think I just got my mic wet. How do you birria? I have to have a lime. And you're gonna get the best, juiciest limes right here at Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Look at all that juice. So here we have the birria ramen. Oh, this looks so good. I'm digging in. I can't look at it anymore. All right, here we go. That should not be allowed to be that good. My goodness. Folks, get on over here. Get yourself some of this birria ramen. Let them know you heard about it on Heart of Ohio Sports. Why are you still watching me eat? You could be eating this right now. Don't you just want to dig in? I could eat this whole bowl right now. And I'm going to. But I'm not going to make you watch me do it. Tell you what. Call in your order. Cadet Mexican Restaurant, birria ramen. The only place you're going to find this in town, folks. I'm telling you. This is a home run right here. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Whether you're a diehard fan rooting for the home team, or you're just looking for some tasty eats for your game day treats, the birria ramen is our featured item here on this game day grub segment, and you're going to want to call in your order now. That's right, call Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Mention you saw this segment on our broadcast. You'll get 15% off your order. Take advantage of this birria ramen special at Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Oh, and don't forget the queso.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here. We're in Tiffin, Ohio at Frost County Stadium, and it is halftime. Senior night from Tiffin. We've got 5 minutes or so before we begin the second half of play. It is a 41-0. I don't even know how to describe it. I've lost the ability to describe it perfectly. Bishop Watterson has a 41-0 lead over the hometown Tornadoes here. And of course, Zach, as we kind of dive into some of these stats and highlights, I kind of look at number 24, Zach Weber, as the guy who starts it all. 7 carries, about 180 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns. Pretty efficient night.
Not to mention his defensive effort that he has had. He is our leading tackler on the Eagles right now. He almost had an interception earlier. He can do it on both sides of the ball, though.
No question. And, of course, on the Tiffin side of it, Shawberry, he's been back to that uneven beginning that he had at the start of the season. And you have we'll just call it a variety of rushers kind of piled on together, about 87 total yards rushing there for the Tornadoes. So let's do a quick rundown and catch you up on all the line-by-line action here from the first half of play as we kind of recap and get ready for the second half to begin here in Tiffin. So it all started off, and it was the Zach Weber show as he reeled off an 84-yard touchdown rush to start things off on the very first play for the Eagles. And then, of course, the second possession resulted in Weber punching it in for a 10-yard touchdown. So the end of the first quarter, it was a 13-0 lead, Eagles over Tornadoes. And, of course, they just kept pouring it on as Belisari picked up some of his 80 yards passing in the first half by throwing a 20-yard TD catch to Haley. That extended it 20-0. Henderson came in with a big interception. He returned that about 25 yards, and then it gave it back Belisari to Belisari, 10-yard TD catch, 27-0. And of course, it did not stop there as the rushing attack for the Eagles just kept pushing the ball into the end zone. Uhlenhank, and then Weber adds another one from 66 yards, 41-0. In the first half, Zach, I think the only real blemish for the Eagles is that they missed one PAT.
Yeah, again, it was the PAT. It was that first drive that they had of the ball game, which I believe was, they did not get back up on camera, but yeah, they have been just flawless in their execution. I've been really impressed, with the offensive line.
No question. You even mentioned that during the broadcast, how those guys are able to just manipulate the lanes and give their rushers really whatever they've wanted so far tonight.
The running backs are getting untouched to the second level, and that is disastrous when it happens as continuously as it does here in this one.
Especially when you've got some players that go two ways for the Tornadoes. Now, of course, as we look forward here in the second half, we're about 90 seconds away here from switching over to the second half. I think we need to talk a little bit about what to expect. And, of course, with such a large lead going into the second half, we've got the 30-point differential that's going to kick in here from Tiffin. So, Zach, why don't you tell us a little bit about what to expect with that running clock?
So, the clock is to be stopped only for the following, Dominic. The first, official's timeout or an injury timeout. Number 2, a charged timeout by either team. Number 3, a change of possession. Number 4, of course, the end of the third quarter. Number 5, the clock can be stopped after a score occurs. And then any other extended delay signaled by the referee.
There you have it. So it should be a little bit of a faster second half, but there's one thing that we really need to look at. Of course, the Eagles, they're going to get the ball first in the second half. One thing that we need to consider and that we need to look at is, as the Tornadoes, what are we going to be doing here to pick up a little momentum and get going in terms of offense? Because really, Tiffin hasn't been able to generate much of anything.
Yeah, you just got to start piecing this one together one by one on the offensive side of the ball. Complete easy receptions to receivers and try to put yourself in a run. I mean, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be near impossible. But Bishop Watterson was able to put up 41 in the first half, so who's to say you can't do the same in the second?
It's possible, I suppose. You've seen a blueprint. Reel off a couple long runs, get a couple touchdowns. I mean, that seems to be essential. I imagine they'll go for 2 each time. I don't know. Maybe. All right, if you're looking there at the screen, Jack Newlove there walking out to midfield to greet Jack Weber. Newlove, of course, he was injured a couple weeks ago against Chardon and has been unable to return to the field. An amazing young man who's just done so much. He plays football both ways, basketball, very active in the Tiffin community. hate to see such an injury to a vital player for your football team. All right, you're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. We're moments away from the second half, and we're going to take a short break, and we will be back as we've got the second half at Heart of Ohio Sports.
Stop down to bench warmer.
Attempt to try field goal or safety, not a touchdown. So the clock will not stop after touchdowns.
Stop down to bench warmers in Tiffin or call. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here from Frost Callnall Stadium in Tiffin, Ohio. We're back for the second half of play. It's senior night for the Tornadoes, and it's not been too great of a night for our seniors, unfortunately, as the Bishop Watterson Eagles have a 41-0 lead over the Columbian Tornadoes, and they're set to get the ball back here in the second half of play. Of course, I'm Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon. Right here by my side, we've got Jacob Ellis and Connor Roush helping us out on tonight's broadcast here. And there you have it. Whoa. Mangini, one man to beat, works his way across midfield to the 35-yard line. A huge return here to start the second half. Number 19, Cal Mangini.
Let's take a look at the replay here, see how it happened. Just found the gaps. Great blocking by the return team. And if he was able to make the kicker miss, that one would have been housed.
Wow. Just like that. Eagles have excellent field position. Of course, they've had it all night long, and they're starting off right where they left off, red hot from the 36-yard line. So 36 yards stand between them and another score. And here you go as the Eagles march straight up through the heart of that Tornado defense. I couldn't tell who the carrier was. I think we have a new ball carrier. But it was a first down run for the Eagles here. So 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. It's going to be number 5 running the ball, Caden Mangini. And Mangini works his way forward. I do believe it was Mangini, Caden Mangini, who has been getting the rushes here. I think he's the 4th name that we've called for the Eagles tonight.
Yeah, new skill position players out there. Zeke Taylor under center, the senior quarterback. Mangini, the sophomore running back.
So Cal Mangini, the senior, was there on the return. And Caden Mangini, the sophomore here, rushing the football. Mangini hit behind the line, loss on the play. Good stop by the Tornadoes defense.
Mitch Steffi, we've been saying his name tonight. He's been doing a really good job. He was able to get in behind the line of scrimmage, trip up the running back.
So that pushes the Eagles back just a little bit. 3rd and 4 from the 20-yard line here. Again, the clock will be running down to 9:23 here in the 3rd quarter. Eagles had a huge kickoff return, and they're looking good right now. New quarterback, number 1, Zeke Taylor, incomplete, and the Tornadoes nearly had a chance to pick it off.
Yeah, Xavier Matthewson, you'll see it right here at the bottom right of your screen. That ball could have been picked off. I think the receiver got a hand out.
4th and 4 for the Eagles. And they're going to kick a field goal here. Let's see what they've got. I guess I didn't pay close enough attention to the PATs to see what kind of distance they've got. So Grayson Conyers, the kicker, it's up, could be good, and it is. Field goal from about 40 yards out there. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Right down Broadway, the 5'8" kicker. Little guy, big leg.
So 40-yard field goal. And just when you think that you haven't seen everything that the Eagles have to offer, they do this and they punch it in. 40-yard field goal. What are they going to do? Try a 71-yarder like the Cowboys were almost did last week? I would love to see that, but I'm not sure that he can get that one in.
Man, your Cowboys look good, though, didn't they, Dom?
When you're playing the Browns, of course you look good. No. They paid everybody, so everybody's happy. That's what it is. So good job, Jerry.
You and I, part of the rare breed in this group, not Browns fans. I guess it's not that rare, actually.
It feels good right now. So
our broadcast actually is we're out manning the Browns fans here at Heart of Ohio Sports. Connor Broncos, Cowboys,
Steelers.
Fan.
Jacob,
the lone
you're Brown.
Browns
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
We all picked historic franchises.
Sorry, not sorry.
And you just picked where you were from.
Yeah. Well, 44-0 Eagles from Bishop Watterson. Huge lead. And it's going to be a Russell return up to about the 35-yard line, and the Tiffin offense going to come out onto the field, and they've got, I would like to think they have pride on the line. They want to put up some points here and get some positive tape out there before they get into next week. Of course, if you take a look at their schedule, they don't even start league play for another week. So they've got some work to do before they start preparing for the big ones. Nice rush right up on the left side there. That'll be a 6-yard gain and bring up 2nd and 4 for the Tornadoes. I believe it was Bunnell with the carry there. Number 6, Brady Bunnell, the senior tailback.
Just chipping away.
Fake pass, and it's going to be Bunnell up the middle for a first down. Brady Bunnell, consecutive carries, first down for the Tornadoes. Moving those chains, we've not seen that happen a lot tonight. Of course, they had one very promising drive in the first half, but ultimately it stalled out. Incomplete as Shawberry is unable to connect with his intended receiver. And I believe Brandeberry was that intended receiver. Of course, we heard Brandeberry's name mentioned early and often, and he sort of gave them a little bit of a jolt with his fresh legs. He wasn't a critical part of the offense the previous week, maybe we'll hear a little bit more from him tonight. Bunnell up the middle. Full head of steam as he's going to be met by 3 defensive jerseys there. Drug down for a nice gain, maybe 8 yards, so that'll bring up 3rd and short for the Tornadoes.
A good run game is contagious. They've been kind of putting together nice chunk plays here. Dom, if they were able to do this here in the first half and kind of get that momentum, I think you have a much different story.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with you more. So 3rd and 4 from the 46-yard line as they've crossed midfield. They're going to hand it off to Bunnell, who gets enough yardage for a first down. 4 consecutive carries for number 6, Brady Bunnell. Those 4 carries have resulted in 2 first downs.
Yeah, and here the biggest impact it has is on the offensive and defensive line. The offensive line, they can start leaning on these guys a little bit more. The defense, of course, wearing down.
It's an attitude. And here we go. Bunnell again off to the left side, gets past 1 defender, powers his way forward for another solid gain. That'll bring up 2nd and perhaps 4 yards for the Tornadoes offense.
Yeah, Bradley Willman, the left tackle, able to hold on just long enough for the running back to turn the corner. Good job on the outside by the big man.
Of course, one of the highlights of last season is when Willman scooped up the football and started running down the field. Maybe they can come up with some design plays for the big fella.
Maybe you see here now that running game, it now helps out all aspects of the offense. You're able to now open up that playbook a little bit more. Now you're including some short throws that are completed. That is the big difference. That's how you get this Tornado offense moving.
3rd and short for the Tornadoes here. At the 33-yard line, 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Bunnell up the middle should be enough for a first down. Move those chains again. Brady Bunnell, where have you been all night? Feels like everything's been good so far on this drive.
Again, people are picking up their blockers. They are making their assignments work. When you have that kind of time and space, it's easier to run inside the tackles, like you'll see here.
Bunnell up the middle. Familiar name on this drive as he gets more positive yardage for Tiffin Columbian. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 26 here. And this is what they need right out of the gate here in 3rd quarter. Down to 3:10 left in the quarter here. Running clock, of course, so not much is going to be able to stop that clock. Bunnell takes the handoff off the left side. He's got some space. 20-15, drug out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Should be enough. First down, Tiffin. And they're getting that much closer to the end zone.
Judd Lutz changing up the look. You were running in between the tackles hard once again. Now pulling that outside run. Sights in the backfield now.
1st and 10 from the 14 as Bunnell gets a breather. Shawberry fakes it, slings it out to Brandaberry, who works his way back inside the 10-yard line. He's going to be drugged down, but first picks up a decent gain there on the quick pitch and catch.
See, now they're starting to get into this rhythm. You know, maybe it's too little too late, but a score here kind of shows your guys, hey, we can do this against one of the best teams in the state.
2nd and 4 from the 7-yard line. 1:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter here. You've got Wessner in motion, and it's going to be Sights right up the middle. First down, close to the end zone. They're going to say he's down at the 1-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line for the Tornadoes.
The foot still firmly on the gas pedal here, Dom. They are rolling.
1:11, 1:10 left in the third quarter here, and this has been a great drive right into the end zone, or at least we hope right into the end zone. Seitz hit a couple times. He's going to be short. Yeah, they were ready for that one. The Eagles defense coming up huge, pushing Seitz backwards. That'll bring up second down for the Tornadoes.
Philip Wickham, David Wickham, both in there rallying to the football.
Of course, Seitz listed at 5'10", 168. Bunnell, who got most of the carries, listed at 6'3", 202, and he's not in there. And it looks like Seitz is getting it again, but did he get in all the way? They're going to say he's just short. Right about the half-yard marker is where the official's at, so just short, and that'll bring up a big third down for Tiffin. And look at it, number 6, Brady Bunnell is coming out onto the field. He wants to finish this one off. Seitz got a couple opportunities, just not able to make it work. 3rd and goal, and that's the end of the third quarter here from Tiffin, Ohio. The score is 44-0 after Bishop Watterson hit a 40-yard field goal here at Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be back.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency, providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your homegrown agent, Sam Schelt Palm, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1132. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, and it's number 6, Brady Bunnell, punching it in for the touchdown for the Columbian Tornadoes. And they score to start the fourth quarter on a huge drive for the Tornadoes.
Taking a look at right as we come back from commercial, we get the snap. It's just from the fullback position, a dive right up the gut.
Huge drive for Tiffin. 15 plays, march right down the field. PAT is up. It is good. It's now 44-7. And they've closed that gap just a little bit.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here on the Extreme. Make sure you go to heartofohiosports.com. Check us out on.
Stop down to Benchwarmers
and check out all of our future broadcasts so that you can stay connected with the pulse of Seneca County. We've got 11-13 left in tonight's contest from Frost Callonal Stadium. It's senior night, and it started off pretty festive. You had the bouncy houses off to the left. Everybody's excited, and then the Bishop Watterson Eagles happened as they've dominated for the better part of 3 quarters here, and they've got a 44-7 lead over the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes. But, of course, moments ago, Brady Bunnell able to punch it in there and get the first points for the Columbian Tornadoes, and they're set to kick the ball back to the Eagles. So one thing that I feel they did really, really well there, Zach, is they were able to create some positive runs, and that set the tone for the offense. As you can see, Meskey across midfield, he may go all the way. He has got 2 guys, and he's going to be drugged down just short of the goal line. Number 2, Liam Meskey, with a huge return for the Eagles.
Liam Kerr saved a touchdown there, the kicker.
Oh, boy.
Another great return. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. And Bishop Watterson now in prime position to push this one over 50.
Just when I was trying to give Tiffin their flowers for having a great drive, special teams happens. Huge return for the Eagles, and they bring it. They're saying that he was drugged down at the 2-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for this Eagles offense. And it's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles as they tack another score on the board there.
Swung that one out to the right side, making it look easy. Play action right here. Right out to the flat and walk in for the touchdown.
I believe that was number 82, Ben Lemieux, with the score. And the PAT's up and good. It's 51-7. Eagles take those points back. It's all Bishop Watterson here, Heart of Ohio Sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
We're back.
And we're back at Frost Cownell Stadium. Moments ago, the Eagles put up another touchdown, 51-7, with 9:21 left in tonight's contest here at Frost Cownell Stadium.
Well, on the A stream, Seneca's all over Lakota, 21-0. That game in the 3rd quarter. Light up your home with Burns Electric. Whether it's for installations, repairs, or upgrades, their expert team ensures safe and reliable electrical solutions. Trust Burns Electric for quality service and a brighter, more efficient home. Burns, we have it all.
Make sure you stay tuned here for our post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll make sure that we go through all of tonight's highlights, try to tally up all the scores, and, of course, we'll have to name our player of the game. Brought to you here at heartofohiosports.com on the Extreme. All right, it's number 15, Russell. With the return, he's pushed back, and the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes are going to take over. They had a solid series of plays last time, 15 total, that led to positive points there. I imagine maybe, I don't know, you just go back to what worked. You got to keep moving.
Yeah, the run game, very effective. They were able to go between the tackles, and part of that is because the depth is in for the Eagles, especially up front, front 7.
Rough night there for Judd Lutz and the Tornadoes tonight, as you see him talking to his offense down on the field, just telling them to go play football, just have some fun. Off to Huron next week as they have to do a little traveling. Huron, tough team. Another non-league matchup for the Tornadoes. Of course, we'll have that game here on the Extreme on heartofohiosports.com.
National Machinery is hiring experienced machinists. Enjoy competitive wages and excellent benefits while working for the world leader in metal forming technology. Apply now at National Machinery. National Machinery, forging innovation, shaping the future.
All right, 2nd and 9 from the 31-yard line. Clock down at 7:30 right now. And it's going to be Seitz off to the left side. He's got a little room as he steams forward down to the 36-yard line. 3rd down for the Tornadoes. Seven minutes left in tonight's contest. 3rd and 4 from the 36 here. Got Wessner in motion. Shawberry going to hand it off to Seitz off to the left side. He's going to work his way forward. Well short of the first down marker, so that'll bring up 4th down for Tiffin. I imagine they're going to go for this on 4th down. I mean, what are you saving it for?
Substitutions coming on, doesn't look like.
Might have to kick it away. Shawberry does it all. You know, he's still out there. He is the quarterback. He kicks the ball. Maybe they surprise us, but it's a good chance they're going to kick it away. And I believe it's Cal Mangini back deep, although I'm not sure. Maccabee is what I'm hearing. That's going to be a fair catch, and that's where the Eagles are going to take over about the 35-yard line. Number 80, Brady Makinich.
You know, for those listening live, Tigers right now, top of the ninth inning. They've got a no-hitter going versus the Orioles. That playoff push. I know Tigers fans like me excited to hear it.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 36. 5 minutes left in tonight's contest. Got a few new names. We'll do our best here. Caden Mangini, who got a fair share of carries last possession for the Eagles, gets this one here as he's driven out of bounds after a short gain. That'll bring up 2nd and long for the Eagles.
4 minutes, 45 seconds. That clock continues to move.
Oh, a little miscommunication there in the back as the quarterback's going to hold on to it. Number 9, Miles D'Orzio. Flag is on the field. Of course, Tiffin had some flag issues in the first quarter as they had 4 flags. D'Orzio, the sophomore quarterback, listed at 5'9", 155, kind of scampered away and was pushed out of bounds.
It was like a midline read option. The quarterback had the choice to pull that, run like a power up the gut. Couldn't quite make a decision, but worked out.
Looking around the area, a few scores here. We'll see Clyde in a few weeks, Tiffin will. They've got a 13-13 tie against St. Francis de Sales. Bellevue has a 21-10 lead over Norwalk. Mohawk with a commanding 28-7 lead over Colonel Crawford.
Press coverage shown.
It's going to be number 5, Mangini, off to the right side, puts his shoulder down, powers his way forward. He should have enough for a first down. Move those chains again for the Eagles. 3:20 remaining left in tonight's contest here. Again, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union sponsoring our post-game show here at Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll review all of tonight's action, tally up the score, and name our player of the game at Heart of Ohio Sports. It's going to be Mangini again. Calvert Senecas have a 14-0 lead in the third quarter. You can see that on our A stream, and we will be back in Seneca East in a few weeks. They've got a 29-8 lead over the Winford Royals. And, of course, my Perrysburg Yellow Jackets, 35-7 lead in the fourth quarter over Southview. Mangini up the middle, getting close to that first down marker. Still going, 40, 35, 30. One guy to beat as he's drugged down around the 22-yard line. And it's number 87, Jack Stemtopoulos, with a tackle. What a run, Caden Mangini.
It was hard running on the outside. Minute 50 left. I mean, this is just icing on the cake for the Eagles.
Believe it or not, Mangini's the fourth string running back. Looked pretty good to me. 1st and 10 from the 22, a minute 30 left in tonight's contest. Dorzio hit and knocked to the ground. Again, Jack Stemtopoulos with the tackle.
What a play by Jack.
All right, it's going to be 2nd and long for the Eagles. Can't remember the last time they had this long of a down and distance. Been a while, but there's 1 minute left in the contest. So they might have 1 or 2 plays left depending on how things shake out here. 2nd and 18 officially from the 27. Dorzio gives it to Mangini up the middle, taken down to the ground inside the 25. Close to the first down, the original line of scrimmage there. So we might have 1 more play tonight.
Yeah, the play clock never got reset. It should be about 3 seconds difference, but doesn't look like it's going to matter here.
Yeah. Bishop Watterson seems content to let the clock round out to zeros, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. So it should be the final score from Tiffin, Ohio. Bishop Watterson 51, Tiffin Columbian 7, as the number 2 ranked football team in Division III comes out with a huge statement win over the hometown Tornadoes.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope in Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeinfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future one part at a time. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here on our Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon here. And Zach, I think it's just as simple as saying it was all Eagles tonight.
That's exactly correct. They were dominant in every facet of the game. Columbian, to get a taste of what the absolute peak, the best teams in the division, in the state, how they play.
Yeah, Bishop Watterson, number 2 team in the state. Of course, they travel, I believe, to Chardon, and they are the number 1 team in the state, so that should be an excellent matchup next week. But tonight was all Eagles. 51-7 is your final score here on senior night from Frost Cownell Stadium, and it was just a ground and pound recipe for disaster here. And if you just go through there, look at it. You had an 84-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, a 10-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, 13-0. Then the Eagles come back. They had a 20-yard touchdown catch. That's 20-0. They got an interception and then added a 10-yard touchdown catch. That's 27-0. And then they tack on another touchdown run, 34-0. Then they end the half with a 66-yard touchdown run. It is 41-0 at half. Come back, do some amazing kicking, 44-0 after a 40-yard field goal. And then they put on one more touchdown, 51-7. That's your final score. We're going to take a short break. We've got our player of the game coming up here, and you're going to be excited to hear this one.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Welcome back to our post-game show, Your Legacy, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. And joining me up here, I've got Zach Weber, the star of the game here. By my count, we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 carries, 180 yards, and, 3 touchdowns. How's that feel?
You know, it feels fantastic. It's a really good making the trip up here and then ending with these results. It feels really well.
All right, so about how long of a bus ride is that for you guys? Close to 2 hours?
Yeah, I believe it's about 2 hours. So we left school a little bit early.
Okay.
We packed our bags the night before, and I got out of class, and they were like,
Very
"You're on the
nice.
bus, let's go." Ham and chicken
Excellent.
sandwich.
Well, it should be a pretty sweet ride back to Columbus after a huge victory like this tonight, 51-7. What was the first thing that the coach said to you guys down on the field after the game ended?
This is not it. We came out a little flat, and we play some other teams, and that's not acceptable. So we talked about having a good week of practice coming this week, and weeks forward is we got to get better. Right, this isn't the end result for us. We got a lot more games to play. So
what did the coach really emphasize as you guys went through this week and got ready for Tiffin Columbian?
It was doing your best, right? Not worrying about the situation. We were coming into this game and we weren't going to have anybody in the stands. We're not bringing our band. We're not doing anything like that. So we didn't have that outside source of energy. So it's really on us, and being able to produce our own energy and stay within our guys was the main emphasis this week.
All right, so Zach, you started the game off basically with a 84-yard rushing touchdown. Have you ever done that before? I mean, it's got to happen.
Yeah, so if I think back my sophomore year, I think I had like a 74-yard.
Okay.
Against, I believe, London in the playoffs.
Nice.
And, it's been a minute since I did that as I started going both ways. And, maybe I get a little tired or something.
Oh, man. And, you just got to give a shout-out to that offensive line. They just did a fantastic job all night long.
So what I'll say about it is, our offensive line has worked their butts off all year, right? And it's really starting to come together. You look at our past couple of games. Last year we relied more on the pass, and now we're kind of more of a split team, and I'd say we even run the ball a little bit more.
Excellent.
And I think that's all the players. That's Coach Taylor. That's Coach Ulnake doing that work. And everything that I did out tonight was all on them. I didn't even get touched. So that's those guys.
All right. So next week you've got a huge game coming up, Chardon. Have you guys begun to think about them at all, or are you just going to enjoy this one for the moment?
That'll be a thing tomorrow morning. We try to take it week by week. You don't take an opponent lightly. It doesn't matter who it is. First 3 games, we got the job done, and it's just who's next, right?
Yep.
We don't look too ahead, because if you ask me, that's how you lose, right? You start thinking about the extra stuff. No, we want to take care of the task in front of us. So.
All right, Bishop Watterson, Eagles undefeated. We've got our star of the game here, Zach Weber. Congratulations on a huge victory and a great game. Good luck next week against Chardon.
Thank you, sir. All right, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching our Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show here at Heart of Ohio Sports. And, Zach, we just had a chance to talk to Zach Weber. What an outstanding young man.
Absolutely. Great athlete, great interview. Really fun to hear it.
Absolutely. So looking ahead here, we on the Extreme, we will have the Columbian game. They will be playing the Huron Tigers up around Sandusky. We're going to be traveling up there, so we'll have a chance to get out there and go. What do you kind of expect to see or watch as that game kind of unfolds next week?
this is really like the dog days of this schedule. I mean, it's going to be a fight each and every one of these next couple weeks. Huron, no different. They are a really good team. They're 2-1 coming into this week. So that's going to be, again, it's going to be a battle. You got to prove yourself. We want to see the Columbian that came out last week, maybe not so much this week.
Absolutely, and that Columbian, very efficient throwing the football. Tonight they missed a lot of passes, but they are also really good at rushing the ball. And we saw a little glimpse of that at the end of the game with Brady Bennell. Started to pick up some really great rushes, and that turned into first downs, which turned into points. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of that against Huron. So looking ahead, you've got Huron, then they start to get into league play, beginning with Sandusky. Clyde will be a big game there on October 4th. Bellevue, Norwalk, and then they round things out with the SBC. Showdown with Perkins. Always a tough team. Of course, Clyde and Perkins, a couple of the top teams in Division IV.
Yeah, they are. And like I said, there's really not an easy game left on the schedule. All the teams so far out to good starts. This is going to be a grind for Columbian this year, for sure.
And we'll be here with them throughout the rest of the season here. So for Connor Roush, Jacob Ellis, Zach Dillon, I'm Dominic Helmstetter. Thank you for tuning in here on the Extreme at Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll see you again next week from Huron.